I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Play Cities Skylines, a city building game I've been waiting quite a while to play. Now I can, so let's start a new game. I do have all the DLC so far, and that has unlocked weather effects and some of the maps here for like a wintry and a tropical environment. I'm going to go with Diamond Coast, I think. So let's start. I have only played a little bit of this game. I haven't gotten really in-depth with it yet. So this will be kind of a learning process. But there does seem to be quite a bit to do with the game, and especially with all the mods from the community. Okay, so got this nice flat little area out here that leads up into some hills, and in the future I might expand out here for, I don't know, like the rich people houses. But I do know, just looking at this map in particular, up here we've got kind of some oil and all this forestry for a lumber industry. So I think in future I'll probably expand over to this side and make it sort of the industrial center. It's going to be a while before I can do that, however. So, okay, all of you need to go away. First thing I need to do is build a little bit of road, so I unlock the rest of the road, which is kind of silly. But anyway, unfortunately, I don't have anything really good for 3 lanes. I've got a 6-lane road connected, but I don't have 3-lane branches. So I'm going to have to be a little bit creative about how I connect the traffic from these. The computer seems to be pretty good at pathing, and so even though, like, right here we see there are 3 lanes that get crammed into one, the cars seem to know where they're going and they don't get all jammed up. However, for role-playing purposes, I'm going to make traffic in this city flow as nicely as I can. So, to start out with, I think I'm going to build a roundabout right here. Maybe get that a little closer. It's always hard to tell exactly how close I'm getting it. That looks good. Okay. So chop off those roads, and now we'll add some one-ways. Now this is clamping down into a 2-lane, so I'm going to have to branch off. And I think for a while I'm going to be using this gravel road, mostly because it's cheaper and has a lower upkeep cost, and until traffic gets really bad I don't think we absolutely need it. I'm sure it has something to do with land value as well to have nice roads, but for now we can afford not to do that. So even though I'm going to have industry on this side, I think for now I'm going to have industry kind of hug the highway, and it'll be a scummy area coming into town, but I'm going to extend out this way, and then what I actually want to do is have it go off this way, and this sort of be the main downtown. This will just sort of be the highway entrance strip. And I do have this nice little bay here, and it leads down to the beach. I'm going to have to cross this thing here, so that'll be the main thoroughfare once we get down here to get along there. But it's going to be a while before we expand down that way as well. In fact, I don't even know if I can actually get down there now that I think about it. So there'd be one, and then I'd have to expand another to get to the actual beach. I think I read that you were limited to 9 of these, even though the map is bigger than that. I think there is a mod that actually opens it up more, but I know there is a building limit, and maybe I can find a mod to turn that off too. But anyway, let's actually not worry about that now and get started on my city. So I am going to lay this out. Well, first of all, let's bring this down, and that is where it's going to connect into there. Okay. This is really awkward, the way it changes curved roads once you add to it. But I think that's just something I'm going to have to accept for a while. So we'll go, yeah, about that long. if I actually... Now I'm going to have to bring that connected with the 2-lane road that I want coming out of here. Could I get that a little bit closer? Well, not really. So I'll probably actually want to bring that down something like this. There'll just be a little bit of a gap. I'm going to have commercial sort of down this main road for a while, and then set the residential areas off to the side. So let's connect right there. That creates some very awkward and ugly looking little zones there. Don't really care for that, and I've kind of screwed myself here. Well, okay. So I do kind of want these laid out slightly differently. I'm gonna need... I think I'll have like the industry kind of go rectangular horizontally, and then I'll have everything else rectangular vertically. But it's gonna have to go kind of like this to do that. And I think what I'll also do here is keep kind of like a buffer zone. I don't want it going straight up into the industry. And that's going to be a problem too. Having industry that close to the residential is really going to hurt land values. I could probably have extended this a little bit further and made this a bit bigger of a square. Maybe I should do that actually. Bring it down one more, and then we'll have it kind of veer off that way. So where is... Just start over on that one. Center that up. Well, that's going to create a lot of awkward intersections if I do that. Because then you're going to have that intersection... Well, no, I'm going to get rid of that road. Never mind. And then what we can do is pull that out, and then I'll have this nice square buffer, and what I can do is put some along here, some along there, and then have sort of a no man's land where I can maybe put parks or pathways or something that'll give us a bit bigger buffer between the ugly industrial. And once I move the industrial to the other side of the highway, I think that'll be a little bit better. Okay, so let's, I guess now that I've sort of got this laid out, I'll just keep expanding. And let's see, that would be... I have to think about how far down I actually want all of my intersections to be. And I'm thinking maybe every 4 sections. That's probably long enough. I don't want intersections everywhere on main roads, just to help with traffic flow and keeping that nice and easy to get around. It is, however, creating all these very, very weird kind of blocks in there. And I guess that'll just end up adding to the character of the city, because it's going to create a lot of different sized buildings that develop in there. Okay. That might be enough to start out with. Let's actually go ahead and build another industrial block up there. Okay. So, fill all these in. May as well go ahead and fill... Let's see, if I fill this side with commercial first, I can use it to travel electricity up there without really having to concern myself. Yeah, I'll just knock that out. Actually, if I pull this whole thing off, I might be able to put something like a fire station right there. Be close to the industrial, and it'll take this area, and if it needs to, it can hop on the roundabout and use the main road. I like it. Okay. So, city starting to be laid out. What I actually need now is utilities. So, don't have a very large shoreline here, unfortunately. Put the intake there, put the output there, and they're going to need some electricity. Easiest way is with the windmills. And I can also connect up those windmills and use their power together. For now, we'll just go something like this. I can always delete those power lines as we expand. Something that bothers me is that, unlike SimCity, or at least SimCity 3000, you can't drive over these. Yeah, I can't put stuff down that deletes it. Maybe I should run this all the way up here. That's an expense, but well, whatever. So we have to connect these up awkwardly, and then I gotta connect this up with my network. And I guess I'll put this kinda, you know what, let me find out where I can get this with the best effect. We don't need to water the road. I guess I could have just put it on the road. That might have been... yeah, whatever. I'll go there. And because I don't have any road over there, I can't... It snaps to the road, which is nice. Okay. And, you know, I guess... if I did something like... well, like that, and then connect it to that, and then just dragged you like that, I can keep branching off of this. Or I can branch off that way. I don't think I'll be expanding the huge area right away, so maybe it would just be better to do short lines and then keep extending them that way. Whatever, we're hooked up now. So, let's run this. And see what I'm missing. I'm sure I forgot something. It's kind of weird to me how it takes a while for the city to build up enough that cars come off the highway. I don't know where all these people are coming from, or I suppose it's just empty buildings. I mean, even though it's not. But for role-playing purposes, we could say this place is being developed and people just haven't moved in yet. Mail order babies available. Can you also return them? Now this, I could have actually made the connection here, which would help short-circuit this area, but I really don't want cars just coming in and then getting clumped up here. Early on, I don't think it's going to be an issue, but, you know, where like this is a daily occurrence, once the city gets bigger, having people stopped at a light here would not be good. And we would have alternatives, of course, because they could... oh, that reminds me, actually. I want to make this into a one-way, because I don't want trucks coming back here to go down here to go around, go that way. We'll just have them come off here and then do that. That way we're not clumping extra lanes into this. And I suppose once I get the actual 3-lane one-ways, I can fix that. But for now, I think traffic will probably be doing alright. So my first milestone is going to be 500 people. I think I will manage to get that with what I've built here. And it gets very dark. I'm not so sure if I want to keep the day-night cycle on. I mean, first of all, it takes almost a month of night. I don't care for that, actually. You can see stars, which are rotating weird. It's kind of like being in a pond, actually. like it's going pretty fast there, and then it just kind of floats over here. Anyway, the weather effects are also interesting. In particular, the rain. It just rains all the frickin' time. Not, I don't know about this map, but in the Boreal map, yay, um, it rains all the time. So we now have access to the medical clinic, which is probably going to be the first thing I build, as well as a landfill, which I won't build until I absolutely need it. But we can set taxes. I think I'll leave it where they're at right now. And we're out of water over here. Well, let's just extend out that way, and we'll just do it quick and easy. Okay. Go back in. So before it becomes a problem, I guess maybe I do have quite a bit of money and I am making some profit, so maybe I should just go ahead and put down a hospital. I don't really need to, though. Healthcare seems to be doing okay. Well, I mean, maybe not. Health as actually... that's half and half. Maybe I should adopt a policy of just waiting until people complain for something. Because the longer I wait, the more money I'm accumulating in the bank, or the treasury, I suppose. And eventually I'll get these people paved roads. Oh, right. Let's actually change the name of the city. We'll name it to, Ghaz, Francisco. Eventually we'll have to get a nice big bridge crossing that or something. And people are still coming in. Good. I mean, there is a bit of demand now for housing, and I think houses have filled in. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and draw myself extra little bit right there. Power should have... oh. There. Power should have... it has not. Power is not extended. So it was a good thing I built this, although what I could have done was just build a power line from here to here, and then not needed this whole thing. It's probably too late to get refunds. Yeah, there's a big spike now. So pretty soon I'm going to need another area for industry, as well as probably another whole block for residential, which is okay. In fact, why don't we go ahead and do that now? Let's go ahead and... where is it? I don't want the upgrade, I want... and then trash is now becoming a problem. Okay. Well, we'll spend some money here in a minute. Oh, yes, I'm going to have to get rid of those power lines. Okay. Now, this might be an issue here, because I don't think that's within... What I could do, actually, is just go kind of like this, and this is an unnecessary expense because I've already spent money on a power line, but I want that kind of out of the way. I'm not going to really build here for a while anyhow. So, we need to make sure that the water hits that, and it does. So, we'll go add 3 more, and eventually I want to add another roundabout down here. I'm not sure where I want the T-junction. Maybe I'll have one more strip of the commercial, and then we'll have like a big roundabout. At some point I do get access to a 3-lane roundabout, which, if I had that to begin with, is what I would have put here. Unfortunately. So, and we already see pollution. That's good. So I'll have like a big roundabout that sort of sits in the center of town and then branches off to the downtown area. But for now, let's not worry about that. I also need a little bit more industrial, and I guess I'll just put that along the back for now. Yeah, and actually, I do need a landfill. Let's put the landfill right here. Not a terribly great entrance to the city, I admit, but I don't want to build a road out one way or the other right now and have the expense of the road maintenance. I can always move these later and possibly replace them with recycling or whatever. So there it goes, and it's right next to industry. While we're spending money, let's go ahead and, yeah, we can see there we got some sick people. So let's go ahead and put this within a commercial district. I think that's probably going to hit these people if I put it here. So let's just put it there, and it'll be sort of central for now. Eventually this will no longer be the center of the city. What's the next one? Oh, I have to move to the next one. There we go, 1,000. And that's where I'm going to get access to fire and police. I want to check the traffic. Yeah, I thought this was going to be the busy area. So what I probably... Oh, we're out of power. Well, I do have money. I could put down a power plant and possibly have that taken care of right now. On the other hand... Okay, that is getting power to it. We just don't have enough. On the other hand, this is the cheaper solution for now. Let's put these kind of out of the way for right now. Wood. Let's just do one. One might be enough. Okay. The next round of expansion, however, is probably going to knock out the power again. We're getting the garbage. We're getting it. In fact, this is the garbage truck, isn't it? It totally is. What was the overlay for that? Oh yeah, everyone's doing just fine. I don't think I'm going to hit 1,000 anytime soon. We seem to have slowed down on the development. Demand for industry is coming back up. It's 88 degrees today. Let's switch this to Fahrenheit. It's a nice summery day. Well, summery day at the end of December. Okay, well, I think things are going rather well right now. We're starting to see some more development here. Going to need another little bit of industry, I think. So maybe I will put like some along there. I don't know, we're getting awfully close, and you can already see the ground is starting to be polluted. I'm not sure when policies will arrive that allow me to do the clean energy and the clean everything. Punish, well, like the clean air, punish industries for doing this stuff. The Illuminati now taking applications. Cool. Well, okay, maybe I'll just give it a little bit here. We're very close. I don't know that I've got enough room for other people, though. There's not a huge demand, although it does seem to be rising a little bit more. One thing I think that's really weird, and I guess it's this way in every city builder, but the houses have so many households within them. Like 3 households are living in this. It's just like full houses everywhere. You've got all these multiple families, and I mean there's 7 teenagers living in this household alone. I mean that's crazy. They gotta be stuffed in the basement. There are 15 people living in this house. whatever. Are we there yet? Yay! Worthy village. Now we can start putting down districts and having policies, and maybe having police and firefighters run around. That'll be good. Okay, so here we go. I can start limiting power anyway. That'll be my first one. Water, I think we're doing just fine. Power, probably want to look at that. Now this is something I'm also going to have to look at, because eventually I'm going to want to start specializing my industry, I guess. We're not close to any trees right now, but I do have that as an option to expand towards. Okay, cool, and I could buy a new area. Of course, I need to have the money for that. Anyway, I think I'll end this first episode here, and I will see you next time.